Welcome to the GEO Data Portal. This is an authoritative source for datasets used by UNEP and its partners for the Global Environment Outlook and other environmental assessments. Its backbone is a database with more than 450 statistical and geospatial variables at national, sub-regional, regional and global level, which can be queried, displayed and analysed in different ways and downloaded. The homepage is divided into 3 sections. The upper right corner offers links to some interesting resources, such as a complete list of available datasets, a list of the portal's data providers, a gallery with some nice examples of how the portal can be used, a tutorial, etc. The lower right section gives useful information about latest datasets added or updated and about the newest features added. Thus you can stay easily up to date about latest developments. The main entry point, however, is the search box here. The database is covering themes like atmosphere, biodiversity, environmental disasters, forests, fresh water, and naturally socio-economic issues. Thus, just type in a thematic keyword such as water, population, forest, emission, and click on search. We will look for fish data, as overfishing is a major threat to marine ecosystems, so we'll type in fish catch. And here you go. The database returns us a list, exactly 21 datasets, which match our search criteria. Let's have a closer look at what the table offers us. The column title, Dataset Type, indicates the spatial resolution of the dataset. We'll get to this in a minute. The next column shows the region the dataset is covering. The next shows the time period for which the data are available. A small amount of the datasets are accessible for downloads only for UNEP's collaborating centres. This is marked in this column. This column shows the source of the data, so from where we got the data, and the last column shows when the data has last been updated. Coming back to the spatial resolution, the statistical datasets are mostly provided in the original format, which is the national level. That means that for each year there is one value for each country. Then we aggregate them to sub-regional level. That is one value for each year for sub-regions like Southern Africa, Western Africa, Central Africa, etc. And then to the regional scale, thus Africa, Europe, Asia and Pacific, etc. In addition, some datasets are not of statistical nature, but are in raster geospatial format. These have a resolution of 1 to 1 kilometre, or half to half decimal degree. Naturally, it happens that a user does not directly understand what the dataset is about. So if this happens, just click on the name of the variable and, voila, a window opens and displays its definition. OK, that's the variable we want. Then, just click into the circle to select the variable and click on the button Continue. On this page, you have to select the years you're interested in. Either click on Select All to get all available years, or just select, for example, every 10th year only. Click on the button Continue. Now the real stuff begins. This is the main gateway into the different display and analysis modules. First, one can display the selected dataset cartographically as a map. This, as the other tools as well, are fully generated on the fly. Thus, the server creates you the map the moment you are asking for it. The next module offers you the possibility to draw line and bar charts with some neat functionality to easily compare selected countries or regions. The Show Values module is somewhat similar to an Excel worksheet, displaying the data in tabular format. If you want to know the exact values for specific countries, you should look for it here. The Download Data module enables you to quickly download the selected datasets in different formats to your home PC, in order to do further analysis offline and with other software packages. And the last module offers access to the metadata of the dataset, that is, information about the data. Let's start to look into this, thus rolling up the story from the back. The metadata describes the dataset and gives background information. Its definition, abstract, units, maintenance status, the source organization with a contact person, the temporal and spatial scale, information about the statistical procedures used to aggregate the data to regional and sub-regional levels. This is important information when using such data in scientific analysis. We could use the browser's back button to return to the last page for selecting another module. But to speed up things, we use this menu on top of each of the modules. It enables a fast module switching and is pretty convenient. So in the next step, we are going to look how to download data. The download module offers direct access to the real data. Just click on one of the offered formats. Some of them are created on the fly, as for example the Adobe PDF or CSV, a simple text format, and XML files. The ESRI shapefile is a GIS file, which can be read by almost every geographical information system. If you click, for example, on the Microsoft Excel file, you can specify a location to save the file or open it directly into Excel. And hop, there you have the whole dataset on your computer. Let's get to know the table module. What we see are the data of all the countries and territories for the selected years. Here we have the years. Each column represents a year. Let's dig a bit into the data themselves. Say we want to know the countries with the highest marine fish catch. We can do this in two ways. We can click on this small icon to display the 5 highest and lowest values of the data set. OK, that's easy. Now we go back and take another approach. We order a year descending, thus showing the highest values at the top, and there you go. Want to know more about the distribution of marine fish catch? Click on the histogram icon of a specific year and see it. Here the vast amount of countries is only fishing minor quantities, whereas a selected few are harvesting huge amounts. Let's get slowly into the next, the graph module. We'll get to the detailed discussion in a minute. But let's have a look already to the trend in a specific country. This is more easily achieved with a graph than with a table, so just click here and there you go. Well, let's see the whole story now, that is, the full functionality of this module. For a simple start, we leave the default settings as they are and select only a single country, say China. Then we select all years and go. Yep, that was easy. And that is interesting to see too, the change of the amount in China's fish catch. But even more interesting is to compare it with another country. Let's take Japan. Just Control button click the country name and off it goes, a second time. Voila! Now this is really fascinating and not difficult or crowded. Now we are going to display the data in another form. We select the bar chart and just a couple of years. Or change the format of the chart by placing the countries on the x-axis or on the y-axis. You would like to add this graph to your Word document. Just right-click on it and copy and paste it to your document. If you want, you can add a region, sub-region, or even a global value for comparison. This is especially interesting if you deal with percentages, such as growth rates or per capita values. You can also easily change the position of the legend. Now let's draw some nice maps with our data. This module offers the basic functionality of a geographic information system. Here are some navigation tools for zooming and panning. Here are a couple of query utilities. Here we have some options to change the display parameters of our selected variable. And here we are offered additional layers and some other stuff. So let's first zoom into, say, Southern Asia. To better distinguish the countries, we should add the national boundaries layer. And because the colour is not very satisfying, we change it slightly. Now we should change the colour used for the classification, as the red does not properly reflect the subject. So let's take blue, and let's directly change the classification method to present the country values differently. OK, now it looks like this. To see the real values for the countries, just check under General, the layer label. Let's change perhaps the style to come out more prominently. And here is another nice feature. To see the difference in marine fish catch over the years, we can do a trend analysis. We select a start and an end year. Now the map reflects the difference in catch of 1970 to 2002. We can query one or multiple countries, by clicking or drawing a box. Or we can easily connect to the graph module from here too. Just select the icon, click on a country, and there you go. You want to print the map? Just click on the printer icon and you'll get a PDF file with the map. Okay, that's it for now. There is still much more in this portal to discover and use. But for this introduction, I think we've given you enough ideas of how to use the GeoData portal. Now it's your turn.